I like hummus and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. And the hummus dip in your face, you get sprung.
Listen, don't do it for the money or the followers. Do it if you're passionate, please.
How many years did it take you to complete your PhD?
Because
Aren't all PhDs the same?
They're supposed to be.
Did you take it a little longer?
Watch me whip.
Watch me whip.
Watch me nay.
We have no...
The Lovin Show. Follow Lovin Dubai on all our social channels for more.
Guys, welcome to the Lovin Show. Our guest today is Declan O'Sullivan, or better known as the Paddyman, one of the best known Irish entertainers in the Middle East. Welcome to the Lovin Show.
Casey, how are you? Thanks for having me on.
I'm very well, thank you. I'm so excited to have you here. I've seen a number of your sets before. I've seen you playing in Fibbers, but can you please explain to an audience who may not know what type of sets you do, what type of performances you do, and why people love your music?
Okay, there's three distinct parts. The one that people often come across first is comedy stuff. So I do some funny songs, maybe some parodies, things like I did an Irish Paddy style, which was a Gangnam style parody. We recorded that here in Dubai, and that was a big success a number of years ago. Second part is traditional Irish music. I love traditional Irish music, and I host a trad session in Dubai in Fibbers every second Saturday. And the third one is kind of high energy party music. So, and often that's infused with a bit of Irish music too. So that's a lot.
That's a lot. So that would just depend on kind of what night it is and where you are and where you find yourself. And you find yourself all over the world, I believe, kind of playing these types of shows, right?
Yeah, that's right. I was actually in Singapore in March for St. Paddy's Day. I was playing some gigs over there when the lockdown happened. So I ended up getting locked out of Dubai because of all the circumstances. And so all around the world is right. And after 6 weeks, Deb and I decided to reunite over in Canada, back in her home country, with the kids and stuff. So yeah, all around the world is right. It seems like that from there.
Okay, so you were one of the people, you were stuck outside of Dubai when COVID happened over in Singapore, and then you went over to Canada. So as a musician who plays in Dubai, who plays in the UAE, how did that affect your work, and then how did you continue with your work after that time?
Yeah, it was an interesting time, I think, for all musicians. The pros and cons. The pros were you get some time off that maybe you haven't experienced, just like everybody in every job, and you try and make the best of the family and stuff. And as a creative person, I tried to maybe write some songs, or I ended up writing a bit of a musical around one of the songs, Fairy Tale of New York, which again I don't produce here or do some work with. On a live side, I thought social media was a good outlet, even though you're not in front of directly in front of an audience for most of the time. It was great to connect. So I used to put up my phone. I'd go around wherever I was in the world, be it Singapore or small towns in Canada or northern Canada. I'd bring my phone out every Thursday at the same time that I'd normally do a gig in Dubai, and I'd play for about an hour and a half, and I'd take requests, and so that way it was lovely to interact with audiences that way.
This is really cool. So here in Dubai, and I'm going to talk about Canada as well. So,
yeah.
And I know that you kind of built up a bit of an online audience there, that some of your videos were getting thousands and thousands and thousands of views. Who is watching? Is it an Irish audience or is it an international audience? Because I feel like here in Dubai, the beautiful thing is that, and the shows I've been at, it's not just an Irish audience that love your shows, it's an all around, but you found that in Canada as well. Was it just an Irish audience, or who did you?
Yeah, it was, the funny thing is, it was really funny. I had some of the, let's say, fans, people that enjoy the music here in Dubai and would know me and would have liked the page, Paddyman Music. So they'd come on and they'd know that every Thursday I could be relied on to do the show at the same time they normally. So people would maybe crack open a drink and enjoy it. And what they ended up doing was sharing it with their friends and family back in Ireland, but also in the UK. I had people tuning in from Germany. I had people in from South America. It was amazing. And then obviously in Canada, when I was there in situ, so I'd move around and I tried to make it a little bit interesting. So I'd go to like a beach, for example, or down by a pier one day. And it was funny, in one of the small towns, I was staying there for 6 weeks, people started coming out and I was down playing by the pier, and a local person took my picture for the local paper and came up and wanted some details. What are you doing? And I said, oh yeah, I'm doing this every Thursday for the next while. He put it in the paper And then the next week, some people started tuning in locally from Port Dover in southern Ontario. And they started tuning in. At the end of this particular show, I did it in the house, you know, something similar to this in one of the rooms. And, you know, I went out around the balcony at the front to show people what it was like in Dubai. You know, this is Canada and whatever, basic stuff. And at the end of the show, I had a lady turn up. She had a bottle of the locally produced wine and locally produced products, and gave me them as a gift to say thank you and welcome to the community. So it was lovely. And then the week after, she said, where are you playing next week? So I went down to the park the next week, and soon enough it became, you know, 25 people became 50. And by the end of the 6 weeks, we had 100 people in the park, live, social distancing, but listening to the gig as well as others online. So I guess the highlight was really that time. And we had another 100,000 views of that kind of show in Powell Park at the end of it. So it was great.
That's incredible, because I imagine COVID-19 was very challenging for musicians. So it's amazing that you turned it to your advantage and then you've come back to Dubai. But I want to go back a bit. How did you've been in Dubai for 15 years. How did you settle on Dubai as an Irish performer? Why was it a city that attracted you?
Originally, when I came here to work with one of the larger drinks companies. And I was working in that business in Canada. And when I came here, I was working with them for 3 years. Then I set up my own business, working again in the drinks export business. And I ran that for a couple of years. And my sales pitch, let's say, when I was going around and supplying drinks to embassies and food and drinks, my thing was, when the container load of goods arrives in, I will also come in and make sure it's okay. But I'll bring my guitar. So I used to have a party at different embassies and places around the region. And when things come in, everybody would be happy to see familiar goods that they wanted from home. So so that's kind of got me started playing on a more formal basis in embassies and whatnot. Yeah. And then I started getting calls, well, how about we just do the parties? Can you do other parties? We've got this going on. And before I knew it, I was just doing that, what I loved, music, full-time around the region, you know, based from Dubai, which was great.
That's amazing. What a fantastic start. What a great story. And like, not just you've built your name, you've performed alongside people like Damien Dempsey, the Wolf Tones, the Soul Doctors, Stereophonics. What kind of stands out as you as kind of like a memorable gig for you? What's been the best night?
Let me see. I think consistently the Bahrain Irish Festival has been great. As a place for the region, for people in the region, particularly the Irish. Every year, traditionally, there's been about 1,500 to 2,000 people who would travel into Bahrain just for that weekend to play sports and celebrate music. And that's where we've had some of those acts you mentioned, such as the Saw Doctors and whatever. And I've been able to play alongside them or before them or after them. For the shows, and that one is just consistently always a great one. And here in Dubai, we've had some fantastic times too as well. We've had maybe 1,500 people down on the beach beside Barasti 3 years ago with Dubai Celts, and that was amazing. Again, we're just reversing it, people coming in from all around and appreciating Dubai.
Very cool. So if I look you up online now, if I look you up on YouTube, some of the stuff that comes up is your parodies. They have hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube. Gangnam Style, Hotel Burj Khalifa. I'd love to hear one of them, if possible.
Okay. Yeah, sure, yeah. Grab the guitar there.
And how did they come about? Was that just kind of like, it just makes sense for you to kind of do them? Or, how did they come about?
Typically parodies again are just a bit of fun. I mean, the one I'm going to do is the Hotel Burj Khalifa, and that's the most requested song at the gigs here in Dubai. People just enjoy it and a bit of fun at it. It's like many things, you just have a laugh. You know, I think us as Irish, as you know yourself, Casey, we love laughing at ourselves. I mean, being able to laugh at yourself, it's easier to laugh at the world around you, even in a time like COVID, you know, trying to make the best of things. So, you know, comedy has a role in that. And, you know, anyway, here we go. On a Sheikh Zayed highway, warm wind in my hair, a warm smell of shisha rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light, and I said, that's either a stalagmite or it's the Burj Khalifa on rise. A model met me in the doorway, and a big, big bouncer as well. I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. I asked if to give us no discount. She said, no sir, no way. There was a Paddyman singing in the corner. I thought I heard him say, welcome to the Hotel Burj Khalifa. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place. Oh, they're living it up at the Hotel Burj Khalifa. Oh, any time of year, you can find it. So I called up room service. Please bring me your best wine. And he said, that'll be 1,000,000 dirhams. And I said, that'll do just fine. So I drank it with chicken wings and hamburgers for fun. And to wash down the chocolate cake, I ordered another one. Last thing I remember, I was running for the door. They finally checked my credit card and their jaws dropped to the floor. Relax, said the night man, I'm from County Kerry. I've been working here to pay my bills since 1963. Welcome to the Hotel Burj Khalifa. Such a lovely place. Such a lovely place. Oh, the living it up at the Hotel Burj Khalifa. Oh, any time of year, you can find it here.
That was fantastic. They let you in to make the video, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. We had a bit of fun. I'll never forget. I turned up with plungers to pretend I was like Tom Cruise climbing on the outside of it, and these big the bouncers were coming up to me saying, "Hey lads, what are you doing?" I said, "No, but I'm a guest in here." I had arranged with some of the local venues to pay for a room in, and they were very good to let me in, and they enjoyed the fun. So it worked out great.
Amazing. Yeah, no, and I've seen the video, and you have the very famous Paddyman wagon driving down Shakeside Road, and that's it as well. I think like a lot of people would probably recognize that car as well going around. So amazing. And you have Gangnam Style as well, which has also got 100,000 views. How do you come up with these ideas?
I think it's just fun. I think when you enjoy, again, it's just one aspect of trying to have a better crack with anything. And it doesn't have to be just Irish music. Again, we love doing our traditional Irish stuff that it has funny songs built into it, like the chicken song or the other songs that people might recognize from Ireland. But parodies are a great way because people know the tune already and they can usually get into it.
100%. And like, let's talk, we've talked a lot about music, but I know you've done acting, you've been part of the kind of Irish acting, let's say, societies over the last number of years. Where does is it like your music where your kind of passion is just in one element, or do you is your passion everywhere? Music, comedy, acting, is it a mix?
Yeah, I think I'm best. Now, my wife has to put up with, my wife's a teacher. I heard you talking about the teachers earlier on. So God bless her.
They've had a hard 6 months.
Say again?
They've had a hard 6 months.
Oh, very tough, yeah. And she was working again when I mentioned me coming to Canada. It was great for me being able to play music in a park, but she was up in the middle of the night over there because of Canadian time and working with kids and stuff like that. Now, bless her, she does sing and she enjoys music, but I think she had a much tougher time than I had over that. And again, like I mentioned, she puts up with these crazy ideas. Let's do a show. Let's do, we did Irish music in the movies down on in the QE2 in March, and that was a phenomenal success. It was great to work with other Irish musicians, present something that reflected some of the best movies like Titanic we featured, and every time we played a traditional tune from that movie, and that was great. Again, that was just one of those ideas that said, okay, let's do this. And so non-stop ideas. And the acting came about again through just trying to express a side. The first one I did was Cripple of Inishmaan with Danu. That was more a comedic role. Then Padraig Downey, who's the founder of Danu here, he said, okay, let's try and push you to a different side. And with the last production that I did, The Walworth Farce with them, it was a more deep character, a different side of things. I had people coming to me at gigs afterwards saying, I can't believe you did that. you're being shocked with some of the performance. Yeah, which is great. It's nice to just push the boundaries. Yeah.
100%. And you've talked about big ideas just there, and you mentioned before that you've done a musical fairy tale in New York. What's next for you? Is there a big idea coming, or what's next in your plans?
Yeah, actually, the one that we did, the last one we did was Irish music in the movies, and the next one is Fairy Tale of New York. During COVID, so I was able to go away and think about another production, and one of the things I wrote, I have a script with songs in it. And I'm currently looking at how to get it produced. And that one is around the great song Fairy Tale of New York, written by the Pogues, obviously. Kirsty MacColl made it famous with Shane MacGowan. But that's such an iconic song, and it tells such a great story that it inspired a whole musical. So I wanted to fill in the blanks for people, and what was it like when those two Irish people went to New York, and they went through times. Some of them were good, some of them were not so good. And what did it end up like? So I ended up penning a few original songs, but also including some of them that are mentioned in the song itself, like the Rare Old Mountain Dew, Galway Bay. They mentioned about the NYPD choir singing Galway Bay, for example. So, a song like that writes itself in terms of content. And it was just another side to maybe pursue. So that's what I'm looking at the moment. Fingers crossed I can get something done.
That's amazing. Like, that is my all-time favorite Christmas song. It'd be amazing to know the story behind it, because I definitely don't know it at all. So, well, good luck with it, and we'd love to hear more about it in future. And before we get into our teeny tiny quiz, I just want to ask you about being a musician as the city opens up again. Events are they happening? Are they not? What do you think is going to happen in the next couple of years? Do you have any kind of insight into what events will look like for you as a performer and for us as concert goers?
I like the way, as a musician, I like the way the Dubai government are handling it right now in general. It's carefully, do it nice and easily, don't shut down everything. Easy does it is the way to go. For example, in the case of me, as a solo musician, I'm able to play gigs. So every Thursday, I'm in Fibber McGee's. And I'm able to entertain people, with social distancing. People are at tables, people are able to sing along. So you're taking the mix of risk and things, minimizing that. Mm-hmm. I'd love to be able to perform with the full band, but not yet. If until it's safe, that's fine. I think it's nicely done. I think over time, maybe when we get a better handle on this, I'm sure events will open up more widely. But it's been doing okay so far.
We're doing okay. I love that. Easy does it. That's probably exactly the way the city is going. So 100%. Okay, so before we leave you, we're going to do the teeny tiny Dubai quiz. I'm just getting my stopwatch up. So introducing the teeny tiny Dubai quiz with the Paddyman, also known as Declan Sullivan. You have 60 seconds to answer as many questions as possible about Dubai. Now, I'll be honest with you. They're all current affairs based, and they're about to be 100%, if you had to scroll through basically any news that we wrote in the last day. So it's not Dubai news, it's just, I did the questions
Okay. I haven't done that, so I'm going to be guessing a lot of it, but that's fine. Oh.
No, I was saying that would be like the cheat sheet, if you want it,
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so here's our clock. We're going to start in 60 seconds.
Okay.
Ready? Yeah. How many passenger pods have been installed on AIM Dubai so far?
1.
What major sporting league is expected to kick off in the UAE on September 24th?
I know, the cricket.
How many McGettigan's branches are in Dubai?
4.
How much is the most expensive number plate to sell at RTA auction in this year?
$1 million. 3.6 there.
Where in the UAE is the world's largest skydiving tunnel?
No idea.
In which emirate would you find Emirates Palace?
Abu Dhabi.
Name the Irish pub where you would find Le Meridian Airport Road.
Dubliners.
What is the official currency of the UAE?
Dirham.
What popular children's toy was removed from toy stores in the UAE due to their controversial nature last week?
Oh, that's an interesting one. No idea. Sorry.
You did very well, I think. That was amazing. Well done. So, passenger pods on AIM Dubai. Guys, if you're watching this in a couple of days, when we film this, because the live is going to go live today, when we film this, there was 1. Congratulations. The major sporting league is the cricket, IPL. Branches of McGettigans in Dubai. Were you sure about 4?
Well, no, I was just thinking the one in Trade Center is not working anymore. There's one JLT, I think. Sorry, you've got JLTs is definitely going. There's the one down in JBR. And then there's the other one opposite the Trade Center. I don't know. I haven't been in there in a while. So that's 3, I suppose, is it? Is there one more? No.
Yeah, you said 4. JLT, Hilton, Madinat Airport.
Yeah, of course. Okay, 4.
Has Dubai World Trade Center, is that fully shut? I thought it was just a temporary thing.
I believed it was fully shut, so yeah.
Okay, you heard it here. Most expensive number plate sold at auction yesterday was 7 million dirham.
Wow.
In which emirate would you find Emirates Palace? You got that, nailed it. Abu Dhabi. Name the Irish pub, the Dubliners, absolutely. Official currency of the UAE is the Emirati dirham. And the popular children's toy, which was removed from kids' toy shops in the UAE due to its controversial nature, are lol dolls. You have 3 kids, right? Just wondering.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Have
No, Sophia is too old for dolls, apparently. The last time I bought her, 2 years ago, she gave out to me. Yeah, now. But a lol doll, I haven't heard of them. Why were they so controversial?
They're in all the toy shops. There's loads of them. You buy them, they're teeny tiny, and it turns out that when you dunk them into ice water, it turns out they're actually wearing quite provocative clothing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Interesting. Yeah. Oh well.
Anyway, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 10. Congratulations. Well done. Shiny quiz. You did great.
Okay.
Wonderful. That is our Lovin show this week. Thank you so much for joining us and for showing us a little bit. Actually, just for those who don't know, I'm having a look at what's going on behind you. I'm seeing the gift pad from back in the day. I'm seeing a Hurley. Can you give a quick rundown of your room there?
Let me see. I've got a bunch of different things. I have the Irish Proclamation here, which is the 1916 Proclamation. So that's my bit of history. Then I've got Dubai to Ireland, 6,014 kilometers up there on the corner. You see, this is the life. I've got a Heineken guitar, you might see. I used to work with Heineken in the past. So that's up on my side. And then on the other side, I've got a Bowron, traditional Bowron.
Amazing.
So that's some of the things. Yeah, Pog Mahone, an Irish expression for go away.
Google it, guys. Thank you so much for bringing a brilliant guest on this week's show. Guys, that is the show this week. We'll see you same time, same place next week. Stay safe and wash your hands.
Every single Tuesday, The Lovin Show.
First thing are these sneakers. So these are, I don't know how old, they're Louis Vuitton sneakers, and they were probably the first pair of designer sneakers that I ever got. I wanted them for so long.
From Dubai influencers to social icons.
Ricardo, who said I love you first?
Do you still remember the date?
We want the date.
Oh my god. I don't remember the date.
We're saying it's true.
Yes. I was living in the desert for 28 days to afford my car to build it for racing, and in the same period of time I was participating in rally, and nobody was knowing about this, so sorry, I have to open that right now.
And how did you get out of that space?
Follow Lovin Dubai on all our social channels for more.